Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of this week's episode of Riverdale on the CW, which was Season 2, Episode 8, Chapter 21, called House of the Devil. And next week will be our mid-season finale of the show for Season 2. Of course, with winter break coming out for quite a few shows. Walking Dead, Riverdale, kind of a jump there, but, those are just two examples. Of course, others, do that as well, with different networks. But yeah, so this week's episode I liked. I questioned the timing of certain things and just certain decisions as far as our characters' relationships go. But definitely wasn't bad. It was definitely an eventful episode for sure. And also, I wanted to talk about the fact that Funko is they're going to be releasing some Riverdale Pops. If you guys are into those, they can be kind of addicting to, collect. I personally have, quite a few of them. So, yeah, these look pretty cool. I just wanted to show these off real quick. A couple little issues with them, like the only... I guess, like, one issue, the only thing I can see is that Veronica's skin tone, it should be darker. Because she's meant to be Latina, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But either way, her skin is obvious. Camille Mendez's skin is obviously darker than that. She's not as pale as Archie, that's for sure. But besides that, they definitely look cool. You got Archie, Veronica, Jughead, of course, as well as Cheryl and Betty. Cheryl's hair color also looks... Not Cheryl, Betty's hair color also looks kind of weird. Looking at it now. But still, nonetheless, I'm excited for these. I definitely want to get them all, or at least everyone besides Betty. I'll probably end up getting her too. She's just personally, I don't like her as much as some others do. But anyway, with this they should be coming out within a few weeks. By the way, I think that's what Hot Topic said on their Twitter. They're supposed to be released in their stores in time for the holidays or something like that. Like right at the tail end, though. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm definitely going to pick them up as soon as I can, or order them, however I got to do it. But yeah, this week's episode definitely had some relationship drama for sure. And I know Riverdale is a teen drama. I know that. I do see it as more than just a teen drama, though. I think it does things that are above Pretty Little Liars standards and stuff like that. I think it's more than that, but I do know it is a teen drama, so these things are going to happen, relationship breakups and, stuff like that, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it this episode, I guess, and, just seeing Betty and, I almost said Betty and Veronica, Betty and Jughead, as well as Archie and Veronica break up in the same episode, it felt, a bit much, but again, it's, kind of expected to happen with these shows. As they're digging further, of course, into the Black Code case, as well as, the repurposing the links back to that, with the janitor and everything, it was pretty good. One bright spot of this episode, though, was FP getting out of jail. Of course, that is only due to, Jughead making that deal with Penny. Penny's the name of my dog, so it's a little bit weird for me to, say just Penny and mean something completely different. But yeah, so I like seeing FP get out. I wasn't sure it was actually going to happen this soon, and it appears like he might be sort of like on the, on the, I don't know what he's at risk again though because of what he had to do for Jughead at the end. When he was going to have the retirement party with the Serpents, just out of the respect they all have for him and stuff like that, and what he did for him over the years. Of course, he lets it be known that. He is aware of what Jughead arranged with Penny, and, now he didn't want Jughead to be a part of that, so now he's taking on the arrangement himself instead of putting Jughead in that spot. So he's definitely putting himself at risk there, with, his parole or, whatever it is like that, being caught, doing that kind of work again, could definitely land him back in for the rest of his life, potentially. But, his son is what he cares about first and foremost. So I like that he actually went up and, kind of whispered that to Jughead, to show that it wasn't just like an unnatural twist and he's back to his old ways again, ha ha ha, FP, excuse me, voice crack. But yeah, FP and Veronica are, definitely my two favorite characters on the show, and I've just loved FP's arc throughout the whole series. Ski Ulrich does a great job. So I'm excited for him to be a more like active character on the show now he's out of jail, at least for now. And some people are wondering if he's going to be targeted to Black Hood. I hope not. Maybe Black Hood tries and he just gets decked by FP or something. I don't know. It's starting to look like more and more that honestly could be Betty's father, because we haven't seen him for a good amount of episodes now. Although it is kind of being rumored that maybe the Black Hood isn't working alone, which I wouldn't be surprised by either. And I know I'd have to see it up close again, but it seems like the actor who plays Betty's father, his eyes are kind of similar to what Archie keeps seeing. Who knows? But again, finding a link with that and the Reaper was fairly interesting this episode. And I did like Archie and Veronica's cover of that Mad World song, the Donnie Darko thing. But again, it felt a bit forced, so they were all breaking up then and there. First, we'll talk about Betty and Jughead. Why don't we? Betty was doing this initiation, striptease, basically, to get herself as a servant girl, to be initiated. So, definitely felt odd, for sure, to see her do that. I know I'd definitely be uncomfortable if my girlfriend just decided to get up on a stripper pole and do that in front of a bar full of people. That definitely make me uncomfortable. So definitely, is that supposed to make us like Betty that she does that in front of a bunch of I don't know. That kind of messes with how we're supposed to see Betty, I think, but I don't know. But either way, Jughead, probably felt that odd too, and he just doesn't want Betty getting too far into that life, so he breaks things off with her. Just keep her distance from for her own safety, but still, Betty was kind of odd there for sure. Another reason for me not to like Betty, honestly. And as far as Veronica and Archie, Archie tells Veronica he loves her, towards the beginning of the episode, after their kind of sex montage, which is nice. And Veronica just can't, bring herself to say it back. She's obviously, pretty attached to our chickens, but, what can she do? Because it appears to be tied back to, her family, how she says, Herman and Hermione, they never said it to each other. That kind of clicks with her earlier, and that's probably some, deep-seated, mental issues from her childhood that she's going through because of it. So maybe that sort of triggered, those ideas in her head when Archie said it to her, which I would understand. I kind of wish she would have explained that to him, perhaps. But I was confident that would come up later this season again. They'd eventually make up. But the shot of Archie looking at Betty through the window with his shirt off again, I don't know, maybe seeing Betty for more what she was hoping for at the beginning of the series. But, it kind of messes with, the integrity and, foundation of some of these relationships if the characters go back and forth with each other. Archie was with Veronica, now Betty gets to have him now, too. Or if Jughead and Veronica get together, they'll have been with the other friends already, too. So, I don't know. As long as they don't flip-flop it too many times, I guess. And I would be more up for a Veronica and Jughead relationship. I'm not saying they're going to go that way, but if they did, I would like that more than Betty and Archie again, honestly. I don't know. Just because Veronica and Jughead could sort of be like that preppy. I know Veronica's more than that, but stereotypically preppy and, seeing someone, that's gone through the life Jughead has and them sort of bonding over what they actually do find in common with each other. I think it could be a nice story. Not as sure about Archie and Betty, though. I don't know, it just doesn't work. Maybe it's just because I don't like Betty. But part of me also hopes that Veronica and Archie could still find their way, back to each other. As long as Veronica doesn't go with Chad or Reggie or something like that, it'll be fine, I guess. But yeah, overall, this is a fine episode. Also kind of funny seeing FP in that, Pops, uniform. I kind of chuckled a bit at that. Just the bright white and the hat and everything. And Cheryl sort of demeaning him. He, seeing as justified as well. Of course, that led to the retirement, setup, because, Jughead, knows his father led men, he's respected, so he should be, by everyone, but, of course, FP understands how, Cheryl could still lash out at him like that, of course. And speaking of Cheryl, her pop looks pretty good as well. But besides that, she seems to be developing kind of an interest in Josie, which is a little bit surprising, but kind of not. If they actually go a route with Josie and Veronica as far as like a relationship, a romantic, sexual kind of thing. I know some people would complain about it, but it's not that surprising. A lot of shows and movies have been trying to, show characters like that these days, which isn't a bad thing as long as it's done, naturally and it feels organic for them. I say why not? I think it'd be great. I think it'd be fun to. Oh, I was gonna say it'd be fun to watch. Well, but basically, as long as it feels natural and organic, it could be kind of interesting and good dynamic for the show. Hopefully. So, overall, this wasn't the best episode. Just because some of the relationship drama kind of bugged me, especially the Veronica and Archie stuff, perhaps. But I get it, and especially the Archie and Betty tease at the end. I don't know, but still not a bad episode. I still really enjoy Riverdale. Be on the lookout for those pops within the next month or so, I'd say. And so if I had to rate the episode, I'd still rate it an 8.9. I just enjoy Riverdale a lot. So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. And also that Sabrina the Teenage Witch spinoff they were supposed to be getting with Riverdale. It appears that'll be now a Netflix series. You guys have probably heard that by now. I'm not sure how closely it's still going to be tied to Riverdale, if at all. But Netflix might be a better home for it. But apparently it also has to do with a deal with, on the WB or something, whatever, wanting more money, being with Netflix than they would be just keeping it on the CW, because it's technically partnered with CBS or something like that. I don't know all the details. But yeah, it should be good. It should be interesting to watch for sure. So yeah, Facebook, Twitter, I think I already said that. It's all called tonight. It's almost 3:30 in the morning. Peace.